Finally, TV, here we are, party people, back again with another episode of Voice of the Valley. You know what it is? Don't just dream, inspire, don't just imagine, create, and just don't believe, achieve. Here we are, Beacon, New York, man. I'm very excited today. You might be able to tell. It's one of those days in the Hudson Valley where you look up, the sky's gray, but you still feel okay. You know what I mean? Like everything's good, you feel good, the energy's right.
Yes, sir.
And there's a reason for that. I got my man here. I'm gonna let him introduce himself. Y'all gonna learn today a little bit more about some music, some content creation, all that stuff. Sir, tell him who you are.
Yo, what's good, man? It's your boy Abwon, man. Filmmaker, media producer, media personality.
Mm-hmm.
I got my hand in so many things. Like, I'm probably the hardest worker they never heard of.
You know?
But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, man. Well, the audience is gonna learn today why it was important for me to get you on here and chop it up with you. Actually, somebody who I kind of admire in the industry right now, in the content creation space, because you're so hardworking, like aforementioned. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and I don't want that to get missed by the people. So
Okay.
that's why you're here. You know,
True,
and
true,
we're gonna
true,
talk about it.
true,
You know what I mean?
true.
So most of the people I'll have on the show, Ab, are some Hudson Valley joints and, sitting in the middle of this New York that we got and trying to make it happen.
Okay.
Right? I met you because shout out to my man Big Veg. You know what I mean? And is it Monday Music Videos?
Music Monday Videos.
Music
Yeah.
Monday Videos.
Shout out to Damien, too.
Yeah, shout out Damien. He ain't take me, but it's okay. I'll circle back. I'm going to circle back, bruh. You know what I mean? I see who you put on the roster. You know what I mean? I see who you put on the roster. We got beef. You know what I mean? I got this. I know who I am. You know what I'm saying? I channel my inner DMX on this one. You know what I'm saying? But
I feel you.
No, but shout out to Veg, man. Such an important piece, an integral part of what I got going on, only because he's always so encouraging. He's always, giving me that advice that you need to hear. You know what I mean? He'll be the dude that will look at my video and be like, yo, good job with that video. Oh, thanks, Veg. Okay, so next time you need to do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, so he might not know it, but I really do appreciate that. So another thing he did was bring me and you together.
True.
Because when I went over, where was that space?
Patterson, New Jersey.
Yes, Patterson,
Yep.
New Jersey. I got to check it out. But I met you there, instantly hit it off. We had great energy right off the jump, and I loved it. So meeting you there, and you were doing you were hosting interviews yourself. You were doing kind of like what I was doing. So we kind of chopped it up a little bit and got to realize like, oh snap, you kind of do what I do, but over there and I'm over here. You know what I'm saying?
Much,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but tell the people a little bit about you and where you're from.
So I'm from Irvington, New Jersey. That's pretty much like right next to Newark. It's like Newark's neighbor. Excuse me. So I started out long time ago. Once upon a time, I was doing music.
Okay.
And it was me and another gentleman, and he would do the beats, and we both rapped, but then I was also doing like the videos, but we weren't doing like music videos. This is before World Star, like this is before like the streaming age, the digital age. And I had like this little flip cam. It's not even like one of those. It's like one that you bought from like Walmart. I got it from Craigslist for free. Somebody was throwing it out, and I just put it on the tripod, and I was filming. So we used to do like top 10 videos around pop culture, like top 10 like worst songs, top 10, whatever. And those videos used to hit. This is before YouTube was bought by Google. Those videos used to go viral. We built our following doing that. Yo, man, I love the music, man. I love the new videos, because what we would do is we would post the videos, and the music in the background would be our music.
Gotcha, smart.
So, you know what I'm saying? It would just be like a way to cross-promote.
Sure.
Vlad TV, I submitted a video to Vlad TV one time, and everybody knows Vlad TV. He's always known for like those crazy interviews with like, OGs and things like that. And they posted it. The video started going like real crazy. The biggest video hit 4 million views in like 2 days.
Wow.
So he hit me up, called me, boom, 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 whatever. I want you to do this for me every week. So I was like, okay, cool, I got you, like, whatever. Third video in, computer crashed, like, the camera was, like, it was just not working. And I was setting them up like, yo, give me, like, a few days.
Nothing.
Dead after that. Yeah. So I don't have any bad blood against Vlad or anything like that. I do want to, I keep reaching out to them, but they're so, like, big now, and they've lasted so long.
Right.
I already know, like, whoever he's got checking the emails is probably like, bruh, like, we get so much content. So to me, I just look at it like it was a lost opportunity, but it is what it is. But what that helped me understand was the importance of continuity and the importance of just the whole process of creating that type of content. Showed me the importance of trending topics.
Right.
So I don't even really know what's hot right now, but let's just take Kevin Samuels. Oh no, since we're talking about hip hop, the Lox D Block versus Lox Dipset versus.
You mean the massacre of the
the Diplomats?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I just wanted to make sure he knew who we were talking about.
So if I was doing those type of videos at the time, or even if I was doing regular videos, you know, anytime there's like a big versus like that, it's trending for like 2 weeks. Memes are going around. People are posting photos and videos of them at the event.
Old videos and interviews.
Everything. You know what I'm saying? I even partook in that because I took pictures with, I worked with like both of those artists like loosely to some degree. So I was posting up pictures that I had with whoever I had or whatever the case may be. But it's like things like that really go into, it's like a way of marketing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Sure. And I'm like going on a tangent. But anyway, so I do video production, kind of evolved into doing films. I wrote, directed, and produced a film called Errands. It's based on a true story. That's been nominated for 4 awards. It won its first award. My second film, Feed, comes out next month. It's actually done now. It comes out next month. I'm starring in a movie called Pressure with Chanel Red, who Veg definitely knows. Veg actually produces a show that I'm hosting. So I definitely do have my hand, and I'm executive producing a project with the musical artist called Trinity the Body. So I do a lot, but I also create my own content as well too. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell. So
I just want y'all to circle back, rewind to my question. My question was, where are you from? And we got all that.
Okay, yeah, I know. You know what I mean? I'm a conversationalist, so it's like I kind of like just go off.
It's all good, brother, because that's the idea today. I want them to know who you are. I want them to know, you know, what your role is in this whole society that we're living in, and you know what you want to do with it. You know what I mean? And I do think it's super dope that you do have your hand in so many things, but it's not like you just touch on certain things. I feel like, you know, you got into executive producing, so like you're full bore with Trini. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The Body, right?
Correct.
You're all in on that. You wanted to get behind the camera. Now there's movies out there with you behind the camera. You know what I'm saying? You want to be in front of the camera. Now you're starring in a movie soon. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's super dope. So just to give you some flowers.
Oh, man, I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you, man.
No, the grind is definitely noticed. You know what I
mean? I appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, man, no, it's definitely noticed, especially, you know, all of us content creators that are really trying to put it out there, you know what I mean? Stuff you've done has been pretty admirable. You know, you say it very casually that you've worked with Lox and Dipset and all that, but those are big accomplishments, you know, and there's people out here that would kill for an opportunity just to say that they worked with, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so like, you know, salute to you, man, for doing what you're doing. I just want you to know, you know, it's respected by me, and it will be respected by this audience, so salute, brother.
I definitely thank you, man. It's crazy. I'm not the type of person, people tell me all the time, like, yo, you need to like really relax and celebrate the small victories. To me, it's always been about the big goal. Even back with the whole Vlad TV situation, to me, I was like, I bet this is a good look. But to me, the biggest goal was, I'm trying to get my movie seen on the big screen. I'm trying to get my face seen on the big screen. So I think a lot of times as content creators, and this goes back to the conversation we had before this interview about like the YouTube, it's always just keep your eyes on that prize, but don't lose sight of the progress. Right. You know what I mean?
Right. You know, it's super important. When it comes to all this and it's Abwon, and I know his name's on the screen, so you go and follow this man. You'll see what he's got going on, you know what I mean? You know, when it comes to all that, when did you said you was rapping at one point and all that, and you know, salute to the inner rappers, right?
Facts.
You know, tell me a little bit. When did you realize? When did that happen for you? When you went from, all right, I could kind of be like an artist type, but nah, this video work though. When did that happen for you?
So I'm glad you asked that. So me and the gentleman that I was in the group with were kind of at like a fork in the road. Yeah, we're almost at like a crossroad. Something came up, and I'm just gonna tell you. I submitted a demo to Grand Hustle Entertainment. That's T.I.'s label. I don't know if he still owns it. You know, I don't think T.I. even does music anymore. But that we submitted it to T.I.'s label. This is when he had got locked up for like that whole situation where they like found all the guns or whatever. Maybe like 8 months later, I got a phone call from an Atlanta number. And it was Jason Jeter, who was the president of the label at the time.
Okay.
And this is a long time ago. So he hit me up and was like, yo, we like the music. You know what I'm saying? T.I. is going to be home, you know, boom, 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 XYZ, whatever. We're going to have a private event, and we want you guys to perform there. We'll fly you out. We'll give you room and board, boom, 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 whatever. I said, okay, bet. You know what I'm saying? I hit my mans up. He said, you know, I got to work that day. And I was like, like what? Because I'm thinking like even if we don't come home with a deal, I know I'm gonna network. I'm like the Jordan of networking, so I know I'm gonna come back with at least one connect. He was like, nah, I can't make it. Boom. That part right there, I kind of was like,
where's the commitment?
Correct. Then we had like another situation. I'm not even going to get into that because the people, I still talk to the people that, you know, we could talk about that off screen. But after that, I was like, nah, I can't do it. So I was moving solo at the time, and I was still putting out videos. And I had this video. I have a face-to-face series where I interview people, like I told you, but then I also do videos where I just like talk on topics, not like popular trending topics, just like random things, like why don't people celebrate Father's Day like they do Mother's Day. So I was talking about Black Friday and why people put the word black in front of things that have like a negative connotation. And the video blew up. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, hold up, like I might be onto something here. It worked with the top 10s, but maybe it's me. And then I started putting out more videos just talking about whatever it was. And then that's when I was like, yo, people aren't gravitating to the music like they are with these videos. And I really was kind of jaded with doing music at the time. So I was like, I'm going to just keep doing this. And then I kind of just like phased away from it. But I love music. It's like my first love. So that's why that's where Trini comes in. Because now I have my hand in it, but I don't have to do it. You know what I'm saying? So that's it.
No, that's a cool story, man. It's like, it's interesting how, you know, events and things that happen in our lives, you know, basically dictate what we end up getting into, right? And it's like, sometimes it's the littlest things, you know, like just somebody saying, nah, I don't want to go do that, got you thinking a whole different thing.
Yep.
That was like the little snowball that started, the little pebble that started rolling, you know what I'm saying?
And we went to high school together, bro.
Yeah.
Like, that was a long friendship.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So, it to me, it's always cool and interesting to figure out, well, what was that first? You know what I'm saying? And I think you just said it. You know what I'm saying? So, it's kudos to you for kind of identifying that like that. You know what I mean? So, how long has it been since you made that transition? You said, you know what, I'm going to fade away from this and push forward with this. How long ago was that?
What is it, 2021 now? I feel like it might have been maybe 2012.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Maybe it was definitely like within like the decade. You know what I'm saying? Maybe 2012, 2013. I can't remember.
Gotcha.
But back then, like I didn't care. Like how you see how you have the setup here. This is a good setup too. I know y'all can't see it, but like, this is a good setup. Like the setup here. It didn't look like this. And I actually have one of my earlier videos on YouTube. I'll show you after this. The quality was terrible. Like, it was dark. You could barely see our faces. I didn't have any, like, audio equipment. The editing was trash. But the videos was hitting.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I'm just going to put out content because I like creating content. I started taking it seriously over the years when I started understanding the craft, because I would send videos to people and people would hit me upset, like, how you got these views? This video looks like garbage. And I used to take offense to it, like, nah, my video is great. And then I was like, nah, this video really does look garbage. Like, now I understand. So I started taking it seriously. And I've always wanted to get into film because I'm what they call a cinephile. It's like somebody who like loves movies. Yeah. And I do reviews too. Check it out before you watch, spoiler free on my channel. Yeah. So I started taking it seriously, understanding the craft, and then it's funny, like things just started falling into place. Yeah. Like I feel like I just found my purpose. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's just really how it went.
Being a cinephile, shout out to my man Brian Sable, because he too is.
Okay.
With him, he's able to recall interesting little minute facts about movies. Are you able to do that too?
To some degree, yeah. To some degree.
Do you know all the actors' names?
No, that's the one thing about me.
He knows all the actors' names, bro.
I know somebody who does the same thing. He'll be like, this person. I'm like, huh?
Who?
He's like, oh, the person
They
from
played
such. Yeah. I'm like, oh, I get it. Yeah. With me, it's more about like roles that stick with me. So I could say somebody like, oh, you remember the woman that played in Spider-Man with the red hair?
Right.
She's also in, something on TV or whatever.
Right.
But I don't know her name.
Yeah, so he would say the name, and like she also played in, you know what I'm saying? I think y'all would have, because I watched some of the spoiler-free, which I think is a dope name for a movie review, right? Spoiler-free. Because it tells them right off the bat, you can watch this. It's okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, and I like that. You know what I mean? I think you two would have a dope conversation about movies, man.
Oh, tell him hit me up. I'll get the information when I leave.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He's coming here today, later on. Fantasy
Facts.
football draft day, y'all. It's a very important day. Got Abwon in the building and fantasy football going on. It's ill, okay? We had family reunions. We had weddings yesterday. We just stayed doing stuff. You know what I mean?
Word.
So at this point, this is where I kind of ask everybody, what are some of your accomplishments since you've made that decision to put music to the side a little bit and move forward with videos? What have you done since then, and what are some of the accomplishments that you're most proud of?
My biggest one is winning my award. It won Best Film Short in the Accolade Global Film Competition.
Congrats.
So thank you. And that was definitely the big one because somebody had asked me about this before too. So I've always done video production, as you know, and some people can say, oh, my video did, 4 million views. That's a big accomplishment.
Right.
But to me, it's like, if we look at where video production is today, or even like the digital age, somebody could get that many views on YouTube when they go to a supermarket and lick a tub of ice cream out the freezer. But it's like you don't really respect it. But knowing that you took the time, I wrote the script, I directed it, I got the locations, I got the actresses, boom, 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 whatever. It's on IMDb. You could check that out too. Knowing that it was like acknowledged to that degree, to me, it like really, it's like, oh, okay. Yeah. And the trophy's like really nice too. Yeah, so when the trophy came in, I was like, ooh, it's got my name on it. Like, let's get it.
He started building the case at home.
Yeah, I'm like, you know what? I do want to get like a glass case and just throw it somewhere.
Well, I'm sure that's one of many, brother. I'm sure that's one of many.
I'm hoping. I'm hoping.
No, that's super cool, man. So let's for. You're not really the type of guy who's just gonna beat your chest, so I'm gonna make you do it. So you did it kind of before, so you can give them the cliff note, but tell them what you got going on right now. Like, what do you got going on? What can they check you on?
Okay, so you can check me on Instagram, Abwon Uno, ABWONUNO. It's probably gonna be on the screen though. I'm also on IMDb. You could just put them ABWON. My government will come out. I'm not gonna say it on the video. You're just gonna see it on there. My movie Feed, I do have a role in there as well. I directed and produced that. That'll come out. It's done now, so I'm gonna probably put it out maybe in October. We're gonna have a premiere for that, like on Zoom. You know what I'm saying? I'm also gonna be producing my next film, Daily Bread. I do have a role in that one too. In the end, that's with Sig the Trig and the artist Cradle. That'll be done probably November. Trinity the Body, like I told you, her new single, Throw That Ass Back, comes out on the 23rd. So when this video drops, it's probably going to be out. So check it out on all your streaming platforms. Her album, we're trying to have done by January, maybe February. And I'm just ramping up my own content. As I said before, my plate is pretty much clear right now. So before I get back to work, I'm taking a quick vacation next week for my birthday. Then I come back, it's full steam ahead.
There you go. So what does that make you? What is that star-wise? Leo?
Virgo.
Okay,
I'm a Virgo.
There you go. Shout out to Leo's wife. He's a Leo.
Word. Definitely shout out to them.
So yeah, man. Now, we kind of talked about why you went from music to video and stuff. And, we can talk a little bit about, that snowball starting and all that. But what was the inspiration for you to even pick up a camera, though? Like, what were you looking at? Were you always a cinephile, so you were always going to pick up a camera?
That's a really, really good question, yo. I was a kid one day. Way back. Well, everybody's a kid at some point.
Sure.
I was a child, you know what I mean? And I always used to listen to music, but I always used to watch TV and movies. And I remember one time my mom came downstairs and I had a hammer in my hand, and her and my dad was like, yo, what are you doing? And I was like, one day I'm going to be in that TV even if I got to break it.
Yeah.
And then I think mentally what I was trying to say was what I want to do is get into entertainment.
Right.
So as I got older, I would just, like, the way I watch movies is just so different. And people that just hang out with me or whatever, they start picking up a lot of my tendencies too. Oh, yo, that was a crazy cut that they did for the edit. Oh, you see, I saw the camera in the corner over there. And it's just because of things that I naturally pick up. So that's pretty much it. I was a kid. I just started watching movies and I said, this is just what I want to do.
Got
you know what I mean? That's it.
No, that's dope, man. That's definitely dope. I had to put together some other questions for you because
let's get it.
Yeah, no, just because I know you do the whole, the review show and everything, and you're always behind and in front of the camera, and it's almost like, when I was interviewing Big Bez, like, you gotta talk about some other things,
Oh yeah, definitely.
So, like, I wanted to ask you, somebody who does reviews.
Okay.
What's a movie?
Ooh, okay. I'm ready.
What's a movie that gets a bad rap but is actually a good movie? And does that exist?
Snakes on a Plane.
Snakes on a Plane.
Snakes on a Plane. It's a really good movie. I know a lot of people only remember it from the Samuel L. Jackson line. I'm tired of these mother effing snakes on a mother effing plane.
Right.
But it's a good movie. It's a good movie. Yeah.
It's interesting because I think, like, even rappers get that, in music that happens too, you know what I mean? What is your favorite type of movie?
Horror
movies.
I love horror movies, but I love documentaries, yo.
Okay.
I'm naturally like somebody who always wants to learn, so I'm always watching documentaries. It could be, I watched a documentary on wheat, like the stuff that they make bread out of. Like, I watched the whole documentary on wheat.
Gotcha.
I love documentaries, and then thrillers. Yeah, definitely thrillers.
So, but being a creator, what type of movies do you like to create?
Oh, that's also a good question because I have not made a horror movie. To me, I feel like horror movies are a little difficult because nothing's scary anymore. You know what I'm saying? I do like to make. Ooh, that's a great question. I'm gonna say I like to make like dramas / thrillers because it's easier to create a scene that's suspenseful, right? If you're going to the store, right? And you're making a movie, how do you make that scene suspenseful? Oh, have some random ass car speed up and cut you off. Now it's suspenseful. You don't know what the person coming out of the car is doing. But to make something scary, you're walking in your basement. Oh, let's make it dark. Let's have some creaky noises. It's all been done before, so it's like,
Right.
Yeah.
It's almost like with horror movies now, I think it's more scary when they start playing on the mind.
When it's like psychological, right?
Yeah. Like, that's more like the scary movies now. You know what I mean? Like, the torture there within and the type of is like scary. Like, oh, could you imagine that? You know what I'm saying? Like, could you imagine being just waterboarded? You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever it is, you know what I mean? Like,
I agree.
I
definitely agree.
And it plays on and you're like, oh my God, if that was me. You know what I mean? Like, and it's not so much jump out of your seat. Because Jay-Z came out and sliced your ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not it. You know what I mean? So interesting. And just, when you go and follow him on Instagram like you're going to do because we asked you to, you'll notice that he's Abwon. His name is on Instagram is Abwon Uno. But the game Uno is on your Instagram.
It's crazy. That's another thing that I do too. So I'm also like a creative director to some degree. And people also come to me to set up events.
Okay.
So the Uno tournament, I work with Lou Hefner, shout out to him, and he owns the studio Hit City Studios in Clifton, New Jersey, and Sal, who we're not business partners, but we're partners. He also hosts this show that I produce called the Dad AF Show. So we always like bounce a lot of ideas off each other. So we have this platform called Wasted Words, and it's pretty much like a platform for creatives. They come in, they can show their talents and things like that. And the wasted comes because we have open bar.
Gotcha.
And you know what I'm saying? So there you go, Wasted Words.
Yeah.
So we took the Wasted Words platform. He came to me. He was like, yo, everybody wants us to set up some sort of tournament. And I was like, let's do Uno. Spades, I mess with spades, but
Love
you run into the situation where people either don't know how to play it or they get like really aggressive. And I said, we don't really want those type of vibes. You know what I'm saying?
I can see that.
I said, Uno, people do get rowdy, but it's never to the point where they like flipping the table over.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You got the card or you don't at that point.
Exactly.
You know
And like everybody know, even if you don't play Uno that much, you're like familiar with the game. So we set up the Uno tournament. It was a huge success. You know what I'm saying? We had cash prizes. A live DJ.
It looked fun, and people were wilding. Like, just the little
crazy.
clips I saw, like, they were having fun playing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But shout out to all the spade players, man. I used to play spades. Shout out to Monster and Dave and all of them. We used to just sit and play spades, man. It was like at least like 3 times a week we get on that porch, burn couple, and just play spades, man. I miss spades so much.
Well, we're gonna do a spades tournament too, so I'll let you know.
Yeah, let me know.
Let me know.
I'm nice. I'm nice. I'm nice. Shout out to Rich Dollars. I'm nice. You know what I'm saying? Like battle rap reference. All right, so the one other funny post I saw on your joint was that the baby one, where you kept like multiplying.
Yo, I saw that on Facebook. Yo, it's crazy because people always ask me like, yo, where do you get your stuff from?
Yeah.
And it's like, even if you watch my stories, like every day it's like a constant stream of just effery.
Yeah.
And people are like, yo, where do you get your stuff from?
Yeah.
And it's funny how it like stumbles into my lap. And that was one of them. I was just randomly on Facebook one day when the baby was all up in the media for whatever he said. And somebody was like, the internet is like a crazy place. And I was like, what is this? And I watched it and I was like, this gotta go on my Instagram.
Yeah. I love the way internet was spelled. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't miss nothing, bro. I'm like, yo, that's hilarious. You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad you peeped that.
I love it. Ab, you know, we're getting close to the end of this thing. But just one more time, tell the people the best way that they could support you, you know, where you want them to go, how do you want them to do so, but camera's yours, bro.
Hit me on Instagram, definitely. That's probably the most active social media platform I'm on. ABWONUNO. I'm on Twitter as well, ABWON, but I only tweet during like basketball games now at some point because it's just too much. It's just too quick. Facebook, I'm also on ABWONUNO. But Instagram's your way to go. Subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. Just go to YouTube, type in Abwon, everything will pop up. So you could essentially just go to Google and type in Abwon and everything will come up. So that's it.
Dope. I think people have really heard the message today, you know, staying busy. They heard the message of stay consistent. You know what I'm saying? Quality over quantity.
Facts.
But do quality a lot. You know? Like,
yeah. Always strive for the quality.
You know
Always.
what I mean? Like those type of things with you. And it just seems like you come from such a true place when it comes to creating what you want to create and what you want to do in life. You know, like you kind of like understand what you want to do, what makes you tick, right? So people like you end up getting looked up to, you know? So what I wanted to ask you was, what's a piece of advice? What's really running through your head, you know, on a consistent basis that keeps you moving the way you're moving? Is there a line of advice that really resonates with you?
Never lose sight of the goal, man. Never lose sight, and don't be afraid to sacrifice. Don't be afraid to sacrifice. Like the family reunion I told you I went to yesterday, these are family members that I grew up with that I haven't seen in years, bro. Because, I mean, you know, as you naturally get older, people have responsibilities, they have kids, you know, they got jobs, whatever. So it's naturally a part of life. But the goal that I have, and you know it, even as a content creator, you want to be a media personality, you want to be a fashion designer, whatever it is, the more time you spend not working is more time somebody else is going to do it. And you'll never know when that opportunity is going to come. You may say, yo, bro, I'm stressed out. I got to take 2-3 weeks off. Like, I'm just stressed out. Okay, cool. That's fine. But now you're behind. Those 2-3 weeks, somebody else could take his spot. So to me, I always just try to keep a level head as much as possible. I go through a lot of things too. I have a lot of like inner demons I deal with, you know what I'm saying? My team has a lot of inner demons they deal with, but we always got to keep sight of the goal, you know what I'm saying? That's it.
Sure. I love that, man. I love that. And sometimes I've said that so many times, like sometimes you just got to keep going to make it work.
That's it, man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And another thing I always tell people is if you just do what you said you was gonna do, you'll be ahead of the game by like 75% of the people.
Yo,
It's crazy.
I'm glad you're definitely right, because I noticed that when I was doing music before, I was always networking with people, and like I said before we started the interview, I never burn bridges unless I have to.
Right. Why?
So I will always, even if I just send them a quick, yo, Happy New Year, like what you been up to, boom, 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 this is, whatever I got going on. And it's crazy, like now that I'm working behind the camera and I own my own business, Moonlight Media LLC.
There it is.
I'll go to networking events and I'll see the same people that I used to do music with or talk to about music, and they're doing something else too. Or you'll see people that I'll see people that I used to do music with, and they're just like, I got tired of it. Like I'm just working at whatever, and it's like whatever. Like it is what it is.
Yep, absolutely.
Just do it. Just do the work, yo. Just do it, yo. Just do it, yo.
And do what feels good to you. You know what I'm saying? That's why, like I was telling you, it doesn't feel like work when you love it, right? That's basically what I was saying. I said in a lot more words, but that's what I was saying. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was saying. So just love what you do and do what you love, and just don't lie to yourself. You'll be golden.
That's it, bro. That's it, man. That's it. That's the voice of the valley right there.
You know what I'm saying? So, Ab, man, thank you for joining me, bro.
Of course.
Hopefully you get a couple more fans out of this, and I'm sure y'all will enjoy his content, his movies, and his show. And I'm telling you, the music review show, you're going to see Brian Stable at least somehow, some way. So, for Abwon, for Gabriel, for Angie, for Voice of the Valley, Finally TV, we out.
Yup.